What's up, running backs? Hey, let's talk about stress and speed and how it's impacting your ability to perform on the field, right? Whenever you are constantly in a state of stress, your body holds on to that stress. It shows up physically, okay? It also shows up mentally, and that's going to turn into things like self-doubt, self-depreciating thoughts, or just talking down on yourself, putting yourself down when you should be picking yourself up and spewing life into your mind. You know what I'm saying? Filling your brain up with positive thoughts that are going to help you go and conquer the day, conquer the challenge of moving up on the depth chart, getting a max, right? Getting an offer, whatever the case is. So I want to talk to you about how it's going to affect you physically, right? Stress shows up in the body physically. When you hold on to it too long, it permeates into the muscles and it causes them to become overactive and tense. If you have any level of overactivity in your muscles, and you have looked at any of my previous posts, so we talked about the assessments and the body having tight muscles, weak muscles, and needing to correct those things, and you're going to understand right away if the stress is causing your muscles to become overactive, then it's going to affect your sprinting performance. It's going to affect your ability to hit proper mechanics, maintain proper mechanics, and hit top speed, okay? So what I want you guys to do is entertain this technique, this meditation technique called box breathing. It's a 4-second inhale followed by a 4-second exhale. No, 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, then a 4-second exhale, and then another 4-second hold, right? What's going to happen is your focus is going to begin to narrow. Your brain's going to start to slow down, and the thoughts that are dominating your headspace are going to start to come to the forefront of your awareness. When they do, you just want to ask yourself a question. Is this thought picking me up or is it putting me down, right? A lot of times, the thoughts that are dominating our headspace, if we're not paying attention and we're just going about our day and we're just one of those people that's chronically stressed, depressed, anxious, sad, angry, frustrated, whatever it is, those thoughts that are just swirling around in here all day are not positive thoughts. They're not good thoughts. That's why you're feeling the way you feel. So when they come up, I just want you to ask yourself, let's say the thought comes up and it's like, man, I should have caught that football today on that pass that coach threw and then he yelled at me because I dropped it, right? Now you're beating yourself up because you didn't make a catch. You got to learn to identify that you're doing that and then let the thought go. And the way that you do that is just by going back to your 4-second, your box breathing, right? So, okay, the thought comes up, the thought's not very good. I identify that it's not a great thought, then it's not helping me reach my goals and become the person I want to be. Now I return back to my breath. I'm not going to judge myself for having the thoughts. I'm not going to hold on to the thought. I'm not going to dive deeper into the thought. I'm not going to elaborate or try to override the thought or, correct it with a positive thought. None of that's necessary. Go back to your breath. If a thought comes up and it is building you up and it is picking you up and it's a positive thought, accept it, enjoy it, then let it go. Come back to your breath. So no matter which side of the spectrum the thought is on, you got to learn how to come back to your box breathing, right? And this is going to be a technique that helps you guys start to alleviate your stress. Because like I said, stress permeates in the body. It releases hormones into the body that causes the muscles to tense up. That's why you see stressed people, their necks and their jaws are super tight and they're always clenching, or their head is always protruded, or their shoulders are always rounded because their chest muscles are too tight, stuff like that, right? Stress shows up in the body. It shows up in your hips. It shows up in your back. It shows up in your ankles. It shows up incredibly strong in your neck and in your face muscles, right? If you're always clenching your jaw, you're running around with all these thoughts up here and you don't know how to let them go. You got to start practicing box breathing, because it's not only going to help you alleviate the tension in your body, which is going to help you move more fluidly when you're on the field, but it's also going to help you in becoming more confident, becoming a more confident back, so that when you get out on the field and you make a mistake, you know how to bounce back and just keep it moving, right? You don't have to hold on to that mistake and assume that like the next 3 reps are going to be bad, or the coach just hates you because you made a simple mistake like not catching the football or not getting your foot over the bag. You hit the bag instead of getting over it, right? You just got to learn how to have that short-term memory so that you can continue to conquer the next play, right? That's what it's always about. Football is a sport, and I call it organized war, right? You're going to win some battles, you're going to lose some battles, but the only way that you truly lose, it's not if they win the play and they beat you on this play. That's not what dictates whether or not you lost. What matters, what dictates whether or not you lost is going to be, did you give in? Did you quit? Did you call it a day? Did you call it wraps simply because you made a couple mistakes? You got beat a couple plays in a row, and now you're beating yourself up. You're in your head. You're throwing yourself off of your own game, right? So again, use the meditation, use the box breathing technique. Learn how to manage your stress, because it is heavily affecting your athletic performance, okay? You know what it is. Too Fit. Peace.